So today we will start with this sum. Here we will get the application of fourth law of motion, because in last class we discussed about three equations of motion. We did the proof also, but we did another equation also, that is the fourth equation. Okay, so let us see what is given in the question. Distance travelled by an object in 7th second is 20 meter and the distance travelled in 9th second is 28 meter. So what is the distance travelled in 11th second, right? So what are the values given? In 7th second the distance travelled is given, which is 20 meter, okay, this one, and in 9th second it is given 28 meter. So we will use the formula of S7th and S9th, okay, just like this. S7th is given how much? It is given 20. So S7th is 20. So what will be the formula? We have the formula Snth is equal to u plus half a twice n minus 1. In place of n here we have 7. So it will be u plus half a 2 into 7 minus 1, which is given 20. Okay. Now if you solve it, the equation comes as this: 2u plus 13a is equals to 40. So this is for 7th or S7th. Now similarly it is given that S9th equals to how much? It is given 28. So for S9 the formula will be u plus half a 2 into n. N means it is 9 here, minus 1 is equal to 28. So if you solve it, the formula becomes this: 2u plus 17a equals to 56. This is given equation number 2. So next step we have to solve it. Alright. So here 2 minus 1, we have subtracted equation 1 from 2. So after solving you will get the value of a, which is 4 meter per second square. Now what we need, we have two unknown here. One is u, one is a, two variable or two unknown, you can say, not variable, unknown. So 4 we got, that is the value of a. Now this value of a will be substituted in either equation 1 or in equation 2. So I have substituted it in equation 1. If you do so, after calculation we get the value of u as minus 6 meter per second. Now what we have to find out, once we get a and u, now we can easily find out S11th. So for S11th the formula will be u plus half a twice n. This time n will be how much? It is 11. Okay, so twice n minus 1. If you substitute the value of u, which is minus 6, and the value of a, which is 4, the value comes as 36 meter. Alright, so in this way we can use the fourth equation of motion. Now what we will do is we will prove all the three equations of motion using graphical method. This graphical method already you got in class 9. If you remember, we have already you have already solved it in class 9, so it is quite known to you. So let us see the first one, that is the first equation, v equals to u plus at. So for that what we have to do is, in fact for all the three equations we have to draw one graph, which is this one. Okay, this graph we have to draw, and here you can see that along x-axis we have taken time, along y-axis we have taken speed or velocity. Alright, and the graph starts from this point, from A, it goes like this and it ends at B. So this line, this is a uniform line, right? Uniform line means here the acceleration is uniform acceleration. Anyways, see here, if the graph has started from here, so this is the initial velocity. So this height means OA, this height is the initial velocity, which is u, and the graph it ends at B. So how much is the final velocity? This one, starting from O to E, there is the final velocity, which is v. Alright, okay. Now along this side what we have, that is t. So OD is the total time, which is t, this one. Alright, now how we will start? We will start with this formula of acceleration. We know acceleration equals to what? Change in velocity by time taken. Now change in velocity, see here, this much is the final velocity, right? And initial velocity is OA. This OA is the initial velocity. So what is the change in velocity? Change in velocity is this much, AE, A to E, because OE is the final velocity, OA is the initial velocity, so final minus initial, if you do, which length we are getting? We are getting this length, AE. Alright, so that's what we have written here. AE, this one, AE by OD. OD is the time, this one, OD. So AE means, as I already told you, that AE is nothing but OE minus OA, this one, and OE is V, final velocity, OA is U, initial velocity, by time. Alright, now this T is taken towards left, so already in left we have acceleration, so if you take T, acceleration into acceleration into T will be AT, and in right hand side we have V minus U. So once you change the side, we get the first equation, which is V equals to U plus AT. Okay, simple one. Now let us see the second equation, that is S equal to ut plus half at square. From the same graph we have to prove it. Alright, so remember that when we are going for the second formula, we have to use the concept that in this is a speed time graph or velocity versus time graph, right? And if you remember, I told you that in velocity versus time graph, the area under the graph gives us the distance or displacement. So here you see that how much area is there under the graph. So under the graph means this is the line, right? So this much area is under the line. Okay, so this area, it is looking like a trapezium, correct? This area is like a trapezium. In fact, we can consider this area as a combination of a triangle and a rectangle. So when we are proving the second equation, we will consider the area as a combination of triangle and rectangle. So here I have written area under the line. So how much is the area under the line? It is equal to area of rectangle ACOD, ACOD or ACDO, okay, plus area of ABC, ABC, area of this triangle. Alright, now use the formula for rectangle. For area of rectangle, we have the formula length into breadth. So length is this much, AO, breadth is OD, this much. This much is length OD, and breadth is how much, AO. So whatever, you have to multiply AO into OD, and if you do so, we keep it like this, then plus triangle. So for triangle, what is the formula? It is half into height, base into height. So half into AC into BC. Alright, now see, AO means it is U. In figure it is clearly written. OD means it is time, so it will become UT. For the second term, for this AC, this AC and OD are equal, so OD means nothing but it is time. Okay, so in place of AC I have written OD. Then BC, BC means how much? BC, we will keep it like this only, BC. Then okay, so OD means time, so it is substituted. Then BC, BC and AE are same only, correct? Okay, BC and AE are of same length, so BC is equal to AE, which is equal to what? V minus U. From graph it is clear. In last equation, here also we have used it. Okay, AE means V minus U. So that is why in place of BC we can write AE, or we can write V minus U. So again, this formula we have V minus U equals to AT. From where we got this one? V minus U equal to what? AT. So that means in place of this V minus U we can substitute AT. Alright. So how much we are getting now? AT into T will give us AT, half AT square. So we got the second formula, which is S equals to UT plus half AT square. Okay. Then the third formula. So remember that when we are discussing the second formula, we are taking the this area as a combination of rectangle and triangle. But when we are proving the third formula, then we are taking the whole area as a trapezium. Okay. So for the next case, that means when we are proving this formula, we will consider distance S equals to area of trapezium AODB. Same figure. Okay. Now area of trapezium, we have the formula half into sum of parallel side into height. So sum of parallel side means in figure you can see it is AO plus BD. Sum of parallel side, which row? This one, AO, this one, AO and BD, both are parallel side. Okay, so sum of parallel side. Then into height. Height is which one? This OD is the height. Alright. So this one AO plus BD, AO plus BD into OD. Alright, now AO will remain as it is. BD is equal to OE. From figure you can see this is OE, so into OD. Now AO means it is U and OE means it is V, into OD means it is T. Okay, now in place of T we can substitute this V minus U by A, because we have this formula V minus U equals to AT, so T will be what? V minus U by A. Okay, so in place of T we can write V minus U by A. Now this is in the form A minus B into A plus B, that is nothing but A square minus B square. So V square minus U square. A will remain as it is, down, half will remain as it is. So now this 2 and A, that will make 2A, right? This 2A, this one, and it will go this side, it will get multiplied with S, it will become 2AS. This side we have V square minus U square. Changing the side we got the desired equation, which is V square equals to U square plus 2AS. Okay, so we have done the proof of all the three equations, once using calculus method and once using graphical method. So in exam, if the question comes like derive it using graphical method, you will do the graphical one. If it is like derive this formula using calculus method, you will go for calculus method. If nothing is mentioned, you can go for both. Both means either calculus method or this graphical method, any one you can do. Okay, if nothing is mentioned. Now let us see the next question. This type of question you have solved in class 9. So just like as a revision only I have written here. This one. A car is moving with a speed of 60 km per hour and increases its speed to 72 km per hour in time 3 minutes. Find the acceleration and distance traveled within this time. Okay. So remember that when the units are given in kilometer per hour, we have to convert it to meter per second, and for that what we are supposed to do, we have to multiply this with 1000 and then divide by 3600, because 1 kilometer means 1000 meter, right? Okay, so what we can do is 1000 divided by 3600. So if you divide 1000 by 3600, the value is actually 5 by 18. So directly also you can do like 60 km per hour. If you want to convert it to meter per second, you directly do this one, 60 into 5 by 18, and if you calculate, the value comes as 50 by 3, this much of meter per second. This is the initial speed. Then final speed is given 72. So here I have done it directly without writing this 1000 and 3600. Directly I have written 5 by 18 into 72. If you calculate, the value comes as 20. So this is the final velocity. Okay, so we have got the initial velocity, final velocity, time. Okay, time is given 3 minutes, but it has to be converted to seconds, so it will be 3 into 60, which is 180 second. Now just acceleration and distance. So which formula will be suitable here? You have to see, okay, you have to see what are the values given, accordingly you use the formula. So for acceleration we can use this formula, V minus U by T, substitute the values, and finally we will get this one. Acceleration is 1 by 54 meter per second square. Okay, simple calculation. Then next one, distance. So for distance you can use both the formulas actually, because in second here I have used the second formula. So in second formula also we have S, the distance, and in third formula also we have S, so you can go for that also, but I think in this case this will be easy. So I have used this one, S equal to ut plus half at square. Substitute the values, just substitute and calculate, simple. Okay, the value comes as 3300 meter. Then this two homework I have given here, but now you don't have to submit this homework. You can submit it after your exam, so that means on 1st of September. Okay, in Google Classroom. So there I will give you one assignment. I'll give these two questions, then you do and you submit it there itself on 1st of September. Okay, then for today this much only. Thank you.